I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We're going to sign. Bring it over there, right? 50, choose the mic. Hey, lady, come here. Check. Watch twins.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. On 2nd and 12, Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 22 yards there, a first down. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for it after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold to Michel on the screen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Flush to his right. He completes it to Boyd. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, he gets this one to Boyd. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, team 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Forced out to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. when you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, easy.
This is Carson. And an alley to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Carson, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot, maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Off the draw, here's Michel. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
Complete to Tyler Boyd. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Packers.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now it's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing again is Darnold. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Check, check. Fresno. 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 Safe. Safe. Safe.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first down, Stafford here. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. Stafford now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Double right. 58.
Again, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
They run it with Carson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
He'll
try to run this one in, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Raheem Mostert as the first half is winding down, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A final shot before the break. Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 27th, Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to sling this. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 27.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 3rd and short to give it a tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set. 180. 59. 55 to Mike. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Slam. Slam. Slam.
On first down, Carson. They find some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Darnold. Complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Darnold now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught at the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Darnold now to throw. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold buying time to his left. Underneath here to Hill. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside.
Touchdown, Packers! Taywan Taylor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Easy. Hey, give me radar. Hey, Alpha, 50-50.
From the gun, Stafford. And this is Shepard on the catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 3. He's checking. Crash. Check hot route.
Here's Carson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm on. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down.
10.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The tackle made by Devin Wood. That's a gain of 7.
Set,
Makes
lady.
it 3rd and 7.
55. Ready?
Hey.
Motion.
40 got. Check right. Big 20.
Here we go. 50.
Go.
Mark 55.
Go here.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Check. Lucky.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. They complete it to Hill. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, box drop.
Again, Darnold. Got a man open. That's Harry. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Darnold completes it. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. Double right. Hey, red.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now he's forced out right. Out to the right here to Shepard. 27 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Looking here for Smith downfield. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 71 yards. Darnold from the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Sony Michel, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
Check 24, check 24. Slam, slam, slam. Spine.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant.
Stafford. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 22. Blue draw forces.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Throwing here, Stafford. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no